Good with you. Sorry about that. While early Christians were despised, the Christian church in its earliest centuries after Mr. J endured wave after wave of persecution. All kinds of insult and charges were hurled at him. A document in the late 2nd century AD called the Octavius of Menicius Felix describes a debate between a Christian and a pagan at the Roman port of Ostia. It provides valuable insight on how Christians were reviled, and how they responded. Menicius Felix was walking about Ostia with two friends, Octavius, a Christian, and Calais, a pagan. When Calais pauses to pay respect to a pagan idol, Octavius objects. An extended debate develops. Here is an adaptation of their debate drawn from document as well as other early church source for a taste of that time. We suggest you look carefully into the following charges and consider in what ways Christians today are similarly accused and where specific or of opposition now may have changed. Okay, so this is Calais. Okay, this is what he's saying. You Christians are the worst breed ever to affect the world. You deserve every punishment you can get. Nobody likes you. It would be better if you and your Mr. J would never been born. We hear that you all are cannibals and you eat the flesh of your children in your sacred meetings. So what's that sound like? Who are the people still eating kids and going on? Who is those people? So what these people do as a thank you to their God is they pretend to eat his flesh and drink his blood every first Sunday. If that's not weird enough, when I was in church, I was a kid, so it went way over my head. But I'm glad that my mom gave me an option. Did I want to continue going to church or did I want to just stay home? I chose to stay home. But you got to check into these things and realize what these Christians are actually doing and what they're about. Now I want you to listen to this devil talk. Listen to him try to explain why they do this to a 12-year-old.
Aries in San Antonio, Texas, listening on Guadalupe Radio. Aries, you are on with Jim Blackburn. What's your question?
My question is, when we eat the Eucharist, how are we not cannibals?
Okay, Aries, great question. Can I ask how old you are, Aries?
I am 12.
12, okay. That's a great question, something for somebody your age to be thinking about. And I can tell you that this isn't something that is really an odd question. It's something that in the early church, the early Christians were actually accused of cannibalism because we're eating the body and blood of Jesus when we partake in the Eucharist.
You see how hard this is for him to talk about?
But if we correctly understand what cannibalism is, we can see that that's not really what's happening at all. In cannibalism, we will either, as cannibalism exists around the world even today, it ultimately would generally require the killing of someone in order to eat that person's flesh. This is how in some third world countries cannibalism might happen today. But that's not what we're doing in the case of Jesus. Jesus gave us his body. He laid down his body for us for the forgiveness of our sins. And then he commanded us to eat his flesh and drink his blood. In John chapter 6, he tells us to do that. But we're doing it in an unbloody way.
So he told them to do it. I'm going to get back with you.